Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Jak and Daxter. I'm your host, Elusive, and looky what we have here. I think this is the last scout fly. Yep, that was the last one. Starting things off on the right foot, getting those power cells, and next up we're gonna go hit the Basin. And I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm not looking forward at all to the next world, period. Like, not at all. Let me just get this precursor switch over here, and then after we get the precursor drawn, we're gonna go ahead and hit up the, what was it, the Basin again. I'm really not looking forward to that. There. Jeez, it only took me one try to do that in my freaking test playthrough. It took me like, what, 4 or 5 tries? Well, whatever. Anyway, we are done with getting the precursor orbs in this area. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to her now, because I actually haven't spoke to her since I got here.
You two look like a couple of capable fellows. I've got a research project going, and maybe you could help me out.
Hey, we're the ones on a big quest here. We ask you for help.
Well, perhaps we can help each other. I've been studying the burrowing habits of lightning moles in the precursor basin next to our village for years. But now those awful lurkers have scared the moles to the surface. And since they're blind as bats, they can't find their way back underground. If you could herd them back into their burrowing tunnels, you might just save their lives. I've got a power cell that says you can do it.
Yeah, lightning moles. We care. Maybe for 2 power cells.
Nice try. But I would be willing to part with another power cell if you two find me 90 precursor orbs for my research equipment. Fair enough?
Actually, I should be able to pay that right now.
Oh, you have the orbs. Here's a power cell we agreed upon.
And there we go. Just like that. Alright, so from here on, let's go ahead and take care of the Basin objectives. I'm just gonna tell you straight up the biggest reason why I am not a fan of this level. The whole thing is all based on this, like the bike usage. Like, you are legit required to use the bike for this. And I think these are the little critters that she's talking about, and they are not small. Holy crap. So what we gotta do here is we need to herd them back into that hole that's in the center there. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed this whole process up, because to sit here and watch the whole thing, I mean, you already get the idea. Alright, a bit of a confession here. When I was playing through the Basin level, at least up until this point in the video, there were a lot of things that kind of went haywire with the commentary. A lot of noise was in the background. I wasn't exactly too interested in the level that I was playing, and that's solely my fault right there. And third, like this, I felt like this level just didn't want to be recorded, because I ran into all kinds of recording issues when I was trying to play through the Basin. Now, thankfully, the future episodes in this playthrough has not been affected by any of that whatsoever. It just happens to be during the Basin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into a brief summary of all the objectives you do in this level, besides getting the scout flies and the precursor orbs, because that is a given. And once I go through all of those, then we will pick up right from there. I do apologize for anyone who was looking forward to seeing a playthrough of this level, and I do thank you very much for understanding. Anyway, with that being said, this is basically what you're doing when you're playing through the Basin level. Herd all of the things, hit all of the things, play Okami. Play Superman again, beat the record, and you're good to go. All caught up? Let's keep rolling.
Thank you for saving those moles. That's awfully good of you. Here's a power cell to help you out. Now I can get back to my research.
Sweet! And then after we meet up with the, what was it, the broke dude? then we'll be able to take on the giant guy later on.
Oh, great moves, kid. I knew that time record would fall. Now here's your power cell, and I can go collect my big payoff.
Alright, and that takes care of that. So now on to fighting the big fella who's been tossing rocks all day. And we'll be able to move on to the next level. Also, whatever you do, don't take shortcuts, because, again, you'll have a shark to answer to. Oh god, get out of the water! I was just setting an example! Okay, there we go. We're good now. We're good. That almost was pretty bad. Almost. Now, truth be told, I could have done this a while ago, because I have more than enough power cells to power this thing up, but, I wanted to get everything first.
Great! You have the cells for the machine. They ought to provide enough power to lift that boulder. There we go. Now be careful facing that monster lurker at the top.
Wait! I'll stay here and protect Kira. Jack, I think you're ready to handle that monster without me.
Oh, really heroic of you.
I wonder what made him change his mind. But anyway, there is 2 more power cells that I can get here. You know what? I'm gonna go get them real quick. I just remembered where they are. We'll basically jump cut back over here once I get those power cells as well.
Beware of the dark light, for it has twisted the fate of one of you. Bring me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain. Here is another power cell for your quest.
Now, it's interesting that he says, beware of the dark light, for it has twisted one of you. I think he's just trying to warn us about the dark eco. And how it twisted Jak into that oxel that we see before us. But something tells me that that message was supposed to also be, like, what was it, foreshadowing for what is to come in the future, when Jak himself gets involved with Dark Ego. But we're gonna talk about that like way later. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. It's also worth noting that the second game in the series is by far my most favorite one. I mean, again, I'm jumping ahead of myself over here when I say this, and don't get me wrong, Jak 3 was pretty good, but I don't know, 2 I just liked a lot better out of the entire series. But that's just me. I'll elaborate more on that later on when we actually get to 2. Aw, I was hoping I could get charged up by the blue eco beam here, but I guess not. But anyway, moving on from here. Oh, what the? Oh, right, boulder. Gotcha. Anyway, moving on from here, we will be able to take on the boss in this area and see what scared our old knight friend like earlier on as well. Okay, let me remember how to fight this person, actually. Shouldn't take me long to remember. Oh. Alright. Just watch the boulders he shoots, and move accordingly. Alright, get this blue eco. Oh, cool, he makes a bridge. Alright. Just avoid the rocks as they come. Oh! Alright. Or, you know, I could just slide right off to my doom. Okay, let's try this again. So I think he fires where you're standing or where you're going. Alright, here we go. Okay. Okay, so I just have to keep shooting him and make sure he doesn't charge that rock and throw it at us. Alright, sounds simple enough. Oh, then I gotta avoid said rock. There we go. And then the fight resets. Alright, so that's all you gotta do. The fight resets every time. Now I wonder if it'll get harder as a oh lordy, oh lordy, oh lordy. He's predicting my movements. Okay, okay, he got me. He got me.
That looks like it hurt.
He got
Should I
me.
call for backup?
Whoops. I'm thinking it was gonna be easy sailing from here, but no. He actually fires where you're going. Like, you see that? He literally launched that boulder before I even jump over to it. It's either he's telegraphing, not telegraphing, he's either like leading his shots or he's firing at random. I want to say it's probably the latter though, maybe. I could be wrong. Alright, and then I'm going to instant retreat because I know what's going to happen. Alright, time for round 2. Okay, now I can move. Okay, yeah, it is sort of random because like there was no reason for him to fire at the rightmost platform. Alright. Okay, and there's less platforms to maneuver on. Okay. Okay, I see you, game. Alright, just keep shooting those yellow ecos, make him drop his load. And then we instantly haul ass because we don't want to get ran over. Don't fall in the lava. Alright, now we just gotta survive the final onslaught and we should be good. And I think he fires a lot faster now too. Oh yeah, he's definitely sped up. I think as long as I keep jumping back and forth between platforms, I should be fine. Oh, and he almost tripped me up there. All right, you know what? I'll eat the heat. I'll eat the heat. I meant to say I'll eat the hit. You know, if it means getting across. All right. Careful. Okay, so there is an invisible timer. If you're definitely not there by the time he starts like charging, he's gonna be able to get that boulder off. And there we go. Fight finished. Also, I'm just gonna assume that I cannot step on that hot platform there.
Great work! The people of Rock Village are breathing a collective sigh of relief. But there's no time to celebrate. Use your zoomer to navigate the mountain pass up ahead. Be careful. It looks like the lurkers have rigged the whole pass with explosives. When you reach the volcanic crater, be sure to visit the Red Sage's lab and activate the teleport gate so that Father and I can join you. Oh my! Those lurkers must be headed for a detonator at the end of the canyon. If they reach it before you do, they'll blow up the entire pass. You've got to beat them there and destroy the detonator, or it's all over.
Alright, but we're going to call it quits here, guys. So, next time we get in on this, we're going to go ahead and zoom on out of here, get to the next area, and then we'll be able to conclude from there. Oh. Well, dang. So I guess that's what happens when you try to walk without the zoomer. Actually, let me see if that's really what happens if you try to walk ahead without the zoomer. I'm curious. I want to see what happens. Like, there's no way. Okay, so they're really letting us walk along this pathway without the zoomer. I thought that was like the moment you try to walk ahead, like it'll just blow up, and that's like that's the game's way of telling you, hey, stop trying to cheat the stage, get on the zoomer. But no, I really do think that there is an invisible timer, and it will go off when you're like not utilizing the zoomer like you should. So it is gonna blow up again, and I guess when that happens, that's when I'll stop trying. Alright, yep, there it is. Alright, so, yep, until then, guys, I'm too elusive, and as always, play until your thumbs fall off. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.